Well, good morning everyone. So it might seem a bit strange to people, but we actually had a bit of rain last night and it was a much needed rain. We had around 15 mils. So yeah, it's perfect. And it's a lovely day today. Couldn't ask for anything better. It's actually quite mild. Just done a load of urea and jib. And got to do another load, but the pump had blocked up, so I couldn't, I hadn't dissolved. So we're going to go and do the springers now. They're just there, we've shifted them. I was going to put them up on the paddock. Well, there's one paddock by the barn there which was saved for them, but I decided to bring them down here because I could eat that grass with the milkers. It wasn't too far gone, and because the biggest thing at the moment is trying to feed the milkers. So we're actually sitting pretty good at the moment. Like, I can see a few days ahead of me. So yeah, we may have turned a corner. We might be coming right now. So yeah, we're going to go and get some hay and some dusting and do those springers, get the cows and calves in. So we got, I'll have to have a count up, but yeah, it's in the low 20s now. So we're expecting some more rain on my weather on my phone, sort of from Saturday to Thursday. It's looking a bit wet, but it has already changed. It's decreasing all the time, so I suspect that we won't get as much rain as what they got forecast. But yeah, the rain we did get, perfect. So we actually got fertilizer coming tomorrow. There's 13 tonne, it's just a 13, I think 13 and a half tonne coming. So we're doing a much smaller application, much cheaper, just because of the cost of it at the moment. So Mum gave me a budget of 15 grand, so that's what we've spent all of that, which is not much. That doesn't get you much fertilizer now. It's only, I think it's 155 kgs a hectare. So yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, that's when I think it'd be a good idea to look into a time fert, because you can use less fertilizer, go more foliar feeding, similar to what we do with the jib and urea. This Suzanne's just going to feed the last mob of calves and shift them. We've got 4 cows calved. This one is one of the twins, so the other twin shouldn't be far away because they were mated on the same day. And then 164 over there, and number 50 right there. There you go. And then number 72 or 74 is out there in the race already. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Took more than I need, but they're nice and handy, so we'll just walk them back to the shed and then bring the others back. You guys alright? Yeah. Yeah? You alright, Miriam? I'm just chasing these cows out and I'll come back. So we've got 23 left to calve. We've only got one more empty one there. It's empty heifer. My parents are going to put her in the freezer. And I think that there's the last heifer to calve. But they normally wouldn't go on to, I wouldn't normally put springers onto short grass like this. Like, this isn't even ready for milkers to graze. But it was the easiest thing to do so that we can keep feeding our milkers better. So yeah, that's the reason why I've done it. So they're just getting heaps of hay. They're getting 6 bales of hay. We normally work on 10 cows to 1 bale. That's what Dad said he used to work on, so they're getting plenty of hay. Yeah, so I've just got to set the fence up for tomorrow, and then we're done with the springers. But otherwise they're doing fine. Yeah, our cows are definitely a bit lighter than what we would normally be at. Our milkers are a bit lighter than these than the calving cows, but than the springers. Some very nicely marked white faces on here. Nice. These two here are nice black ones. But I think we aren't going to be rearing anymore. I think Suzanne was going to have one more of these, and then that's it, because we don't want to have the, you know, like the age gap too spread out. Keep adding younger ones, and we're going to wait longer for them to get to 100 kilos to sell them. So yeah, that's the plan. So the next problem using the gate timer is we don't have enough room for all the cows on here. Even with those trailers there, it's nowhere near enough. And you know, if money wasn't an object, I'd be tempted to put another couple of meters of concrete out there and then shift these bins to the middle and have enough room to get a tractor down each side, and then it'd pretty much be a feed pad, because you could have cows eating on both sides of these troughs, and these troughs are really designed for that. They're quite big. For the cows to eat the palm kernel out of there, they put their feet into the front. So yeah, I know dreams are free. There's lots of things I'd love to do, but it all costs money, and money doesn't grow on trees. It grows in grass, but not on trees. It's a nice day. Good day to get it on. So I normally go along that face, normally come down there and go along, but because we had 15 mils of rain, I didn't even want to attempt it. I just know I'll end up down in this drain. So I think we'll work smarter today, not harder. Man, today is a good day to be a farmer. Come on, girls. I think they're looking pretty good at the moment. Me and Harley, he's a boy that's doing work experience every Tuesday. On Tuesday we gave these B12 copper and boron. So yeah, they're looking pretty good. Pretty happy. There's a couple that are a little bit rough, but yeah, she's a beautiful looking animal. Same with Sophie there. Right, so I'm just giving the John Deere a bit of a grease and a little service, and the only ones I struggle to get grease in are these two on the front suspension. I'm slowly getting the grease in. You can see there's grease back there now, right back there. So yeah, I might see if I can borrow Dylan's battery grease gun and see if I can got a bit more pressure and get it in there. And there's one on the rear linkage at the back that's a bit hard to get grease in, but on another note, this here is rattly, and I'm just going to have a go at tightening it up. This one here is loose, and that holds the muffler. I worked on it one other time, fixed it up, and it's still holding together, so it's good. So yeah, I'm just going to tighten that up. This one's also come loose, but it's the washer that's there is sort of disappeared. Oh, look at that. Got a bit, with it being warmed up, there's a bit of heat on it, so I will be able to put a bigger washer on that and tighten it up. That's better. Well, that's sorted. It's not vibrating anymore. This one here was just loose, actually quite loose. So I put a spanner on the back and tightened it up pretty easy and sorted that one. So that's probably it for now. It is a little bit low on engine oil to put some in, but otherwise she's honky-dory. Rightio, so we've got a bit of a rearrange here. I've got fertilizer turning up tomorrow, so I'm planning on putting the fertilizer down this side. I've done it before in the past when we've had palm kernel. So what I've got to do is I've got to clear all the milk powder, calf meal out of the way, the urea, mag oxide. I'm actually going to stick the drill up in the barn because the hay barn's pretty empty at the moment, so it's a good place for it to go. So I'm going to put that up there, then I'm going to shift all this palm kernel to that side, and then put the fertilizer here, and then I'm going to put all this stuff right here. We need more shed space because I'm going to end up shuffling this stuff backwards and forwards, because when I decide to feed up fert, I'm going to have to move it, and I need to feed palm kernel, so I need to keep that open. So it's going to be a bit of a bastard, but it'll be alright. We'll get by. It's not the end of the world. So yeah, I guess there's no other thing but to get on with it. Come on girls, away you go. A couple of videos ago I was over in the paddock next door looking at the line of annuals, and I thought that there were no annuals in these two paddocks, but there is annuals in here. There was actually quite a bit. I came over and had a look, had a proper look. Might not be necessarily lines, but hey girls, you can just sort of see this wide leaf. Pretty sure that there is annual. You see you've got another small plant there, and this here, that's annual. So there's definitely annual. There's quite a bit actually when you start looking. All that's annual. So yeah, it's sort of just taken off over the last couple of weeks. So yeah, so the cows have all gone in here, the milking cows. So I'm working on about a 50-day round now, so they're getting about 1.4 hectares, and that there's 0.2 of a hectare is for the the colostrums and the springers. So yeah, that's what we're working on at the moment. So we've sped up from about a 65 70 to a 50. I think we can maintain that now. Yeah, so it's only, we're nearly in September, so September can still be cold, but it can also, you know, we're going into spring, so things should start growing, hopefully. So these girls are going up to the, what was going to be one of the Springer paddocks. So up where the second barn is, paddock 27. So they're getting break fed through that paddock. Where you go, girl? You can go with them. Where you go? It's amazing how much annual there actually is. I must have been blind the time I come in here looking, because right through there you can see annual, and then up through here. So hopefully once the cows are grazed, I'll hit it with some more jib and urea, and then it's also got fertilizer going on it, so it's got a bit of N in it. So yeah, hopefully we'll get a real good crop off this paddock, these paddocks, because we could put this here into the second silage bit and you get a good crop that doesn't get wet. Fingers crossed. I left the gate open onto the x-rays to see if the cows would go in there. Some found it, some found the palm kennel. Yum. Rightio, so Suzanne's just gone to pick up the kids. So I thought I would come back here and I would work on this, because when the kids come back from school they can hang out with me. So what I've got to do is I'm gonna straighten that one there a little bit. You can see it's got a bit of a bend in it, and then when we started to feed out last time, before we replaced the deck, I got one of those there caught under the deck and it bent it, so I'm going to put a new one in there now. Got the steel for it, and I'm also going to give the case a grease while it's here. So yeah, a few little jobs to do, but we'll get it done. Not bad for a farmer, eh? Well, I'll look at the other side though. It's not as pretty, but it'll hold.
Is it keeping on?
So I just had to remove that one so I can get that grease out of the way. In the time I've had this fitting, I can't get that grease fitting in there. I'll give it extra grease so I don't have to grease it next time. Got it. I remember trying to get them onto our old Fert when we put that Pearson loader on, and it took ages to get those on. Hard. Because tomorrow I've got to move all these out so we can put the fertilizer in there. That's why. And if you look on the time lapse, you'll see I nearly lost that there, because the pellet was sitting on a bit of an angle. I put the forks in, and the forks ended up going up through there. There's a hole, fork went through there and nearly tipped it off the pellet. So I'll probably restack that one eventually, or just leave it and we'll use it like it is.
Dad, are we going to do spraying?
No, I'm going to put the tractor away. It's always good to get a few jobs done on the tractor, give them a grease, because they get used a lot, and it can be, you know, sort of forgotten to do the greasing, but a tube of grease is a lot cheaper than replacing pins. So yeah, it pays to keep machinery greased, especially, you know, we work, you know, we own all these machines, you know, we paid for them with our own money, we worked for them, so we don't want to see them, you know, deteriorate. When you buy yourself a good bale feeder, you want to look after it. I know, that's just what I'm like. I don't like to wear things out, I guess, unnecessarily. Right, we get over to Myrtle. Should we go and check the springers? Hey, there's a calf over there. I can see it from here. We're going to have a look, eh? Sun's going down. So number 134 has had a nice, very nice white-faced calf. I got rid of three empties and one heifer that had mastitis. I got rid of her. She just kept repeating, so I got rid of all the empty cows, and then I was just looking this morning when I was talking about empty cows, and I suspect she may be empty. She's not very round, doesn't have much of an udder, so there might be another one. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you somewhere else on the farm. See ya.